All right, let's do this again.
Hello.
So we already had an entire intro to ourselves.
Yeah, we've been talking.
I fucked up and I couldn't
for
figure it
about
out.
6 minutes, right? 6 to 7 minutes.
Sorry, guys.
We were talking, and I was like, "Dude, I don't think it's on."
There's a dumbass button that says,
nobody's joining
"Go live."
us. And,
what's happening, Mike? What's going on?
I guess you thought you hit the go live, and here's the funny thing, you guys.
It doesn't matter.
We have lists now because there's so many things.
Evidently, it's got to be
do.
more detailed.
That was really funny. Hey, at least it was only 6 or 7 minutes in and not 30 minutes in.
Yeah. And we're
thank goodness for small favors. Right?
It's funny as shit.
That's hilarious.
Whatever. Dude, I don't know. Hey, welcome to Bars Open with Beth and Greg.
Happy Saturday.
It's funny. Happy Saturday.
Every
cheers
time I come up here,
to
there's
another
new
cheers.
stuff
We've already
up
had
here.
a couple of these earlier. What's that? There's more shit on
Every time I come up.
You get this out of the
Now we got these great iPad stands.
Yep. We've got some stuff. I need to get some more
mic
stuff to kind of
sponges so that we sound better.
Something like that. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for joining in.
Color
Appreciate
is
it.
so much better. You figured that shit out.
We're getting, so the color's in, the sound's getting better. We've got some kind of the
mic covers
and stuff like that, so you don't get like the poofs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Starting to learn a little bit more and do
Starting
more
to get in there. Now we just got to get you to
so.
memorize the steps and hit go live.
Exactly. So, again, hope you guys are having a great night. It is Saturday. It's Bars Open with Beth and Greg. I am Greg, and that is
Beth. Thank you.
Yeah. So, first things first, go out and join us on or check out the Bars Open on YouTube and on the on Instagram if you don't want to share that shit. If you have friends that don't like to see this, don't pay attention to Facebook. Share it out there. But, yeah, we've got some fun shit to talk about
Logan,
tonight.
Hi.
We went out and we had some lunch this afternoon at a new place.
Yeah, we went to a new place.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
I just
Southerly's
hot.
Hot. That was weird.
Chicken, oysters, and cocktails.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's really good. I guess there's one
You guys haven't
downtown, and they just opened this one up 2 weeks ago.
That's here in San Antonio.
It's definitely Southern food.
Yep, absolutely.
But I did find a new gin, and I feel like I've heard about this gin before.
Gin? She calls it gin.
I do. I call it gin, but I also say data. Everybody says data. So don't make fun of me. It is what potato, tomato, tomato.
No, gin is gin.
Gin.
Gin would be like Jen, like Jen.
I'm from Texas.
You're a weirdo. Hey, just real quick,
Orange.
big topic of the day. It's fall, man. I put on jeans yesterday.
Wait, I was talking about my gin.
We're gonna get back to it. Put on jeans for the first time of the year.
I actually wore jeans out, and then I got a little warm.
A little chilly here in San Antonio. What, 70?
No, it's 68 right now.
I was talking to a buddy, Joe, and he's up in Virginia right now. And he's like, yeah, he woke up, it was like 36 degrees. It's like, holy shit.
Goodness
Another
gracious.
buddy of mine up in Montana, snow. Dennis, my buddy up there, grew up with him. He's awesome. But he's got snowfall. He's like, can I go to Florida now? Right?
Snow already. Mm-hmm. It's only October.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be that time. It's just kind of going quick. What's up, Trudy? How you doing? Katie, what's happening?
I guess I should be happy.
Daniel, what's going on? Thank you guys for joining in. It is Saturday, and we are just chilling out, man.
Hey, Mike, so we actually do have spill-proof wine cups. They're called sippy cups. And we
She
actually
has that.
have some adult sippy cups.
Talked about that on Wednesday. Yeah,
from when we had a pool
yeah, because we couldn't have glass around
out there. No.
So yeah,
So I do have them. I don't know. I don't ever think about
she's
using
going to use them from now on when she comes up.
Drinking wine, though, out
There's
of a sippy
too
cup.
much stuff in this room.
Yeah, and I got those other ones that have the lids on them that aren't necessarily sippy cups, but yeah, I got all sorts of contraptions for my wine, so we're okay.
It's all good. But I just want to bring that up. It's just kind of, it's fall. It really felt like fall. You know, like,
well, because it rained, but it wasn't. But because it rained, it was humid, so it warmed it up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Hence the crazy hair. Because I went.
Not that bad. Your hair is pretty good.
It was still wet when I took the dogs out. Oh, thanks, baby. I took the dogs out, and I came back in, and I was like, "Whoa, what the?"
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna
Trials
have.
and
Logan said it's 43 in Maine right now. That makes sense. You're in Maine, dude. We're in San Antonio, so you know.
It's the reason why I live in the South.
Yeah. Beth, we did try to live in the cold.
Colorado Springs.
And Beth couldn't hack it.
I did it for 3 years, and I was like, get me the F out.
New Year's Eve 2013. 13.
No, New Year's Eve 2012. We moved back 2013. Yeah.
And it was, 15 below zero that
it
night.
was
We were stuck at
cold
home.
AF.
It was freezing.
Well, because everything was closed because it had snowed. And then it was that time of year. I don't know if it's all the time, but that time of year, it gets in the negatives for a good 10 days
Yeah,
before
it
it
was
starts
cold,
climbing
but
back
it's
up.
bright and sunny. We lived in Colorado Springs, so it was bright and sunny. It looks beautiful out, and then you go outside and everything freezes.
Yes. My nose hair the very first time. I was like, what the hell is
Right?
happening?
It was awesome. So anyway, yeah, hey, my whole family's from New Hampshire, so I feel you. I understand what it's like to live in the cold. I lived there for a long time.
We went one November, and it was so damn cold. I was like, I never.
And it was only
here.
in like the 40s.
I was like, I'm never. But it's wet. That's the
It's
problem.
damp.
It's very damp.
That damp cold that gets
And
your
so I was like,
bones.
yep, not living here ever.
Yeah.
Nope. Sorry, LaMontagne clan.
So we'll jump into the show tonight. We've got some fun shit to talk about.
But I have to tell about my gin.
Your gin.
So the seersucker gin.
Sears. And it was grapefruit flavor.
It was grapefruit. It was
taste pretty
really good. I think, I don't know. I looked at the bottles, and I think the bottles they had at the bar are the bottles I found online for $15. So technically, my 2 drinks, I could have just bought a bottle. But it was really good. I'd like to. I wonder if they have it in liquor stores. I know I've heard of it for some reason. I don't know where or
Well,
why.
I think you've heard the term seersucker because those are old school suits, like men's suits.
No,
Like,
but
the
I feel
term's
like
been
I've
around
heard
for a
about
long
like
time.
seersucker gin. Does like somebody famous own it?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Shit, there's probably nothing around us that can do that. I don't know.
There's so much shit around us that can do that, but it's all dedicated to something else right now. It
That's
all has
all right.
it all has a purpose.
Yep.
But you tried their quote
I
unquote
don't even remember what their beer
Coors
was.
Light one.
Nah, it's just like their light beer.
They're
I
blonde.
don't even remember what it's called.
Started with an S.
It
I know that
wasn't-
much.
It wasn't that. It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
The food was really good.
Food
though.
was good. At
the macaroni and cheese. Holy hell.
yeah. So if you guys, what the hell was it called? Southerly's. Thank you.
Southerly's
Yeah.
hat.
It's like,
I think I posted it on Facebook, but
was
on
pretty
my
good.
personal Facebook page.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So
I'll
if you guys get a chance,
put
go
the
check it
picture
out.
on the
Hi, Katie.
bar is open because
Cousin's
I'm pretty
on.
sure it's not just here. I feel like it's probably national.
Yeah, I
thing.
don't know. I have no idea.
So
We
I'll
were
put
going
the
to
picture.
Torchy's Tacos.
Yeah, and they changed their fucking menu. I was
Yeah, they
so
changed their
pissed.
menu. If you've ever had
Torchy's
Torchy's Tacos,
pre-COVID.
I definitely could have found a few things that I would have
Not
eaten
me.
there, but you were kind of, you're more of a traditionalist. But
No,
there was
it wasn't
one
the
that would have, like,
traditionalist, but I just was like, I'm gonna have to be Sally from When Harry Met Sally. I want the chicken, but without the green sauce and with the blah, and then leave off the tomatoes, but add that. No, not gonna do
we're
it.
not doing that yet. No, it was good. I mean, but the other place, it was a good.
It was
took
a
a
good-
shot,
yeah.
right? And but it
Had a
fucking
shrimp.
took forever.
It
That was the only thing
did.
that sucked.
I still feel like I said this a couple weeks
It
ago.
only
I
opened 2
still-
weeks ago
They've
here.
only opened 2 weeks ago, but I
So-
still feel like restaurants are not staffed to full capacity, and so like there's short chefs or cooks or.
Maybe we just went in a fucked up time, like when
It
like
was
in
2
the-
o'clock in the afternoon.
Maybe that's why it
though.
wasn't like the lunch rush, but it wasn't the dinner.
But it
I
was
don't know.
still kind of busy.
Yeah, we
mean,
waited like 30 minutes for that.
I think we probably waited more like 30, 45. Somewhere
I don't
around
know,
there.
whatever.
But,
We were
but it was
just
worth
chilling.
it. At least it was
The
good.
food was
Because it
on
would have
point.
sucked. And I think some of it is it's so fresh that adds to the wait time.
Just fine. I'd rather.
Oh,
not.
yeah. I mean, I had a shrimp poor boy.
I had a fried oyster pork.
Their bread was amazing.
So, yeah.
And
The batter.
the batter, thank you, was so light
Yeah.
that it totally did not take away from
Right.
the
It was good.
taste of the shrimp.
Got
And then the
leftovers
mac
from
and
me to
cheese
eat.
was so thick and creamy. It was ridiculous. So good.
We've got a mac and cheese story for later. It's gonna be
Oh, yeah,
kind of
it's
funny.
kinda funny.
So, So
This is
let's jump into yours first, so we can go in order because
All
we've got some new capabilities here. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in. We're gonna share a story. So this is from lunch today.
This is
I
from
hope you
lunch
guys
day.
can
So
see that. It should be
because we
popping
were
up here in a minute.
waiting outside, and don't look at the girl, look at the mask. And I know she's really pretty, so it's hard to not look at her. But so because we had to wait, we were sitting outside, and they have a ledge along the outside. So Greg and I just sat there and chatted, and it was great people watching spot because it was right in front of the door. So every time somebody wanted to come in, they had to go by us. And I literally at one moment look up. And it's two girls and a guy, and
That's the name,
Well,
Judge Beth.
what did you were like? I looked from him to you, and you were cracking up. Why were you laughing so hard?
At you.
Why though?
So I'd seen this dude who's wearing this mask, and it's gold.
Gold. His is
right?
gold.
His is gold, and it's literally like, imagine like chain link.
That's what
little
this is. There
sequins
is
or
no
whatever.
safety precautions or measures in this mask.
He was turned away. I could see through
it.
it, right? And it's just hanging off.
and it's
like,
literally just
like
it's basically a belly dancer mask.
dangling off his face.
It's wiggling. Every time he's
like,
animated,
what
it's
in
like,
the fuck is this guy wearing, right? So it's kind of funny that that's the shit that the dude decided to wear.
but why were you laughing at me?
Because I turned and I saw it. Beth was looking at her phone. She's like this. The dude walks up in front of her, and she kind of goes like this. Makes a whole bunch of fucking faces, and then I turn and look at, and then she catches the fact that I'm looking at her, and she just turns bright red.
Totally caught judging someone.
Yeah.
Totally busted
Judge
being
Beth.
judgmental.
Yep.
Well,
It was hilarious. She literally goes, "I'm turning into my fucking mom."
I'm turning into my fucking mother and totally judging
It
people.
was funny
and their
as shit,
stupidity.
though.
But he also had a onesie on.
I didn't see. I couldn't tell what the
He
hell
had
he
a
was
whole
wearing.
jumpsuit on. And I was
To each
like,
their own, man, but
I
I'm
mean,
like-
but that mask is not
It
doing.
literally, like, I posted some shit out earlier. I was like, it was literally worse than, like, Alyssa Milano's, like, knitted mask.
She has a knitted mask. I haven't seen
Yeah,
that.
she put, this is, like, months ago. She posted that she was being safe wearing a fucking knitted mask.
That's hilarious. No, this was bad. This was literally, this is what belly dancers wear to be alluring.
I don't know. Whatever. It's fucking
But
funny,
but
dude.
it was, and I was highly embarrassed, and I laughed so hard I cried at being busted. But it was,
Becca,
it
thanks
was,
for joining.
It was entertaining. That's for fuck sure.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome.
So that's kind of cool that we could do that now.
We can show some stuff, yeah. So we've changed up stuff, and we've got some new kind of things that I'll be able to do, and I'll be able to share. But that's just one little thing there. So, yeah. Next, there was a story I posted out on the Bar is Open site, and it's a 11-year-old kid that stole a bus.
No, you forgot the ghost story.
I know. Go back to
Okay.
it. I'm going to share. I'll plug in after that one.
Okay.
I'm going to share a plug here a little bit.
Oh, do you want it?
Yeah, I'll get it in a couple minutes. But there's an 11-year-old boy stole a school bus, and then he just drove it around. 11 or is he 11?
You said
no,
10.
he was 10. He was 10. Sorry,
earlier.
he was 10. I wrote down 11 for some reason. And he just goes drives it around. So I was just rereading the story again just to kind of refresh my memory. And he's flipping off cops as he's doing it. He's like just.
How does he even know can you reach the pedals?
That was somebody actually said that. Like, can you reach the pedals?
I mean, maybe they have the
figured it
adjustable
out.
pedals because there's different heights of people, but how would you even
I think
figure
he's
that
the one
shit
in
out?
like the front seat right there, just watching the bus driver, like trying to figure out.
If
like,
he was planning on stealing it, he may have been like
right?
premeditating this
So the
shit.
cops asked him why, why would you do this? He goes, felt like it.
He's a punk.
That's all he did. He was just a punk ass. That kid's going places, man.
Yeah, jail.
Juvie, but
Jail
he's
as
going
an adult
places.
too. He'll be like, I
Eh,
wanted
felt like
to.
Impulse
Wanted to see
control,
what
kid.
happened. When I cut her head off, I wanted to see
Oh,
what happened.
shit. He's not gonna be he stole a bus. He's not a serial killer.
They escalate quickly.
You think?
They escalate
that's
quickly.
Like what my mom told me about pot when I was a kid.
You escalate quickly
Yeah.
with pot.
Yeah,
Too bad
I
it
know.
didn't work.
No, I don't do the pot. By the way.
Not now. You're an adult.
No, yeah, no, I don't do that. It's funny. It's funny as shit though.
But
Little kid.
He may
He's not gonna be a fucking serial.
He may not be a serial
Chances
killer.
are
He was
he
not
won't
going to
be
be
a
a
serial
serial
Serious.
serial
A
killer.
serial?
Seriously, like
She's having word challenges today.
whew. He won't be a
Funny.
serial killer, but I do see a failed criminal in his future.
Did he fail or did he win?
Did he get busted?
The only reason
Did he get busted?
The only reason.
Did he get busted?
Well, yeah, it was
Okay,
either
he
he
failed.
was gonna crash into a tree like he did, or he's gonna run out of gas.
Or he could have like been.
He minorly injured somebody when he hit 3 cars.
Shut up! Shut up!
So
God, can you imagine his mother's probably so
fucking.
pissed.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but,
I was
well, how do
thinking.
you discipline a kid like that? Because he doesn't give a rat's ass.
I was thinking when I was a little kid. I think I was like 9 or 10. Like I think I just started skateboarding or something like that at that point, and we were in where were we at? I don't remember. North Carolina or Oregon, wherever I lived. And there was a like a convenience store maybe half a mile outside of like our neighborhood and down the road.
Okay.
But I was young, and I felt like I was young. I wasn't gonna fucking steal a car, but I left our neighborhood and went to the convenience store at like 9.
At night?
No, like during the day.
Oh, okay.
9 years old.
Oh, at 9.
9 years
Not
old.
at 9 p.m. or
No,
a.m.
no. It was like during the day or whatever. That's how rebellious I was.
Probably
at 9
need
or
to
10.
say like I was 9 and not it was 9.
I was 9. Thank you for the. And I went to play a video game. because I had like 50 cents on me, right? And then I went home, and nobody ever found out about it.
Your mom didn't know?
No. It was middle of the day. You're supposed to go out and play. You're 9 years old, 10 years old.
She didn't keep an eye. I guess that was
No,
before
it was
people
the
used to
70s,
keep an eye on their
man.
kids like they do nowadays.
We used to skateboard all over the place, ride our bikes
But
everywhere.
you can't discipline
But
a kid like that because he doesn't care. He obviously knew he was going to get in trouble.
Cam, what's happening?
He didn't think he was going to be successful and be like, I'm going to steal this fucking bus and nobody's going to know it was me. Like, while it's going, I'm going to jump off of it and it's going to go into a ditch and I'm going to act like a bystander going, what the what? No, that's not
That would have been the smarter thing. You just, like, fucking
happen.
got ahead of him, bailed out of that bitch, like...
Let it roll.
Like, rolled. Like
MacGyver?
But he wouldn't have just landed on his face like you did. He would have rolled because he's seen a lot of movies now.
But, yeah. He knew there was no happy ending. So how do you discipline a kid like that? Yep, you're going to juvie.
Juvie.
And then you're going to boarding school.
Yep.
Military school.
Military school, Catholic school.
You're never having a phone.
All of the
Or a
above.
PlayStation or an Xbox until you can buy it yourself at 22.
Yeah. So that's the school bus. That's kind of funny.
Crazy.
So what do you got to talk about? What else?
Well, I have a few things.
Okay, get into it.
So there. So everybody's all.
You turn that back on.
No, you don't have to yet.
Okay.
Everybody's all doom and gloom. Do you want it for your next story?
No, you go for it. Go for yours. Go for yours. Yeah, it's okay.
So, everybody's all 2020 sucks, doom and gloom, doom and gloom. Well, somebody decided to kind of flip that, and the title is 2020 Flipped, 11 good things that have come out of the pandemic year, which is kind of cool because everybody's like dumpster fire and fuck 2020, and it hasn't all been bad. I mean, hopefully it rekindled some relationships within your personal household.
Made us do this. It's kind of fun.
You started some new ventures, but... with a long list of things that have gone wrong, they picked 11 things that have gone right. So the first one is there's been an uptick in drive-in visits, puzzles, and board games.
A drive-in in those.
A drive-in thing. Well, yeah,
That's
all three of
cool.
those in the entertainment piece. So an increase in visits to drive-in, purchases of puzzles, and board games.
Okay, cool.
And I think a lot of people did puzzles. We're not puzzle people, so we didn't.
Yeah. We're not really.
I don't have patience for a puzzle.
Well, our dogs would probably try and
eat it first of all. Board games I could probably do a little, but I feel like I need a lot of people to play board games. But so that was one of the top ones.
Yeah. Paige, what's going on?
So there was a lot of good things came up. So a lot of people kicked off like something good.
Yeah.
Then people everywhere recognized how difficult homeschooling is and started to appreciate teachers and the education system more.
I mean, come on. We don't even have kids,
and
we understand that shit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like we have friends, even
our neighbors are,
Yeah, and then all of the parents trying to figure out how to fucking homeschool.
Do math.
Like, oh, my God.
I don't know how to
Common
do math.
Core, I talked about that a few weeks ago, and that's just a bunch
of
bullshit.
Distilleries around the country began mass producing hand sanitizer, so they found a way to help the public, because
absolutely.
their sales were down because bars were closed, so they found a way to be more entrepreneurial.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, yeah, absolutely. And I don't know about you guys, but the hand sanitizer around here smells like straight fucking tequila.
Vodka and tequila. And, I have the one in my car smells like vodka. The one you used earlier today, I was like, that is straight up tequila. Healthcare workers got the praise that they deserved. So, so healthcare, frontline, those people really got.
And we've got Paige, who's on the boards right now,
she's officially a
nurse, and she's coming over.
She's coming over in a little while. Can't wait
to
hear about it.
Work week this week.
Many people embrace their natural hair color and beauty because they could not go to salons or estheticians to get their work done.
No, those motherfuckers were just spending extra time plucking, using tweezers and...
And, I don't know, that L'Oreal may have had this before this whole shit went down, but they now have a spray can where you can cover your roots.
Spray,
a
paint?
can of spray.
I think that's the old shit that the dudes used to, this powder.
When they were bald. When they were bald.
For your munk spot, I need a whole shit ton of that. But
social media became mainstream for concerts.
Yeah.
So a lot of good concerts came out.
Mm-hmm.
People started doing activities outside. So a lot more venturing outside and doing activities with families outside. Crayola gave us some new colors that would allow children to accurately color themselves in the world. and we found new and creative ways to celebrate birthdays. I actually,
hell yeah, that was kind of a cool thing that we saw
yeah,
a lot
of
maybe
the
like April,
caravans,
May, June.
The caravans. We also saw the people with the big sign, the
like
big
graduation that was
letters,
happening and stuff. Yeah.
And what's really cool, so Friday was Boss's Day, and one of my somebody I'm on a working project team with said that she was sorry she didn't get back to me, that they did for Boss's Day, they did a drive-by of their boss's house for anybody that lived in San Antonio. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
So it's just people are trying to be creative, and you still have to social distance. I know you had mentioned like things are starting to shift a little bit here in Texas with like
the bars get to
are
open next week, 50%,
and stuff like that.
But everybody had to get creative. But the last good thing was John Krasinski's shared his YouTube series, Some Good News.
Okay.
So that was I guess it's been a really big hit. I've never seen it either, but people swear by it.
Okay. Have you guys seen that? I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it, and which I'm kind of funny because you are such a podcast dude. And you like him.
No, yeah, absolutely. And it hadn't come across my radar, I guess. I don't know. I just hadn't seen it.
Well, it's called Some Good News with John, I can't ever say
Krasinski. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing those. And everybody's found that's the cool thing about, I don't know if it's a cool thing about this year. Is that a cool thing? But everybody's tried to find
you gotta find the good in everything.
So
yeah, it is the cool
at the beginning.
thing.
You're like, what the fuck? And then you start trying to find these creative outlets, right? And because you have to stay busy, you can't just sit on your ass. You're gonna run out of shit to talk about or watch or do on the internet and everything else. And these things will just suck your soul out of your head, right? So use them in sparingly, and definitely watch the shit we're doing.
What did you say to me today about reading? And I
said she's read every.
And you go, I said book. It's making me smart, and you're like, I'm pretty sure you're filled on smart. So, and I was like,
like you need to read.
Touche, sir.
Evaluate.
Touche.
Smarts.
I'm trying to find.
What are you trying to find?
One of my stories.
Which one?
Where'd it go?
She lost it.
No,
She's lost it.
No, there.
Beth lost it.
Wait, what happened? No, I've lost it. You fucking jinxed me.
What was it about? Just talk about it.
That I got to show it. It's really cool.
Okay, go back in your browser.
You know what? I know how to work internet.
Well, give me the plug, and I'll do the next one for me. Sorry, again, we have to share a little bit of stuff around here. The technology.
So how do the bigwigs do it? Do they have more than one of those? Can you plug in more than one of those?
Of those as I want.
So maybe we should get another one.
Fancy. I'm gonna talk about. So this story is absolutely ridiculous. So there's a chick in I think England or something like that.
Somewhere definitely in Europe.
Up with her ghost fiancé. I posted it out to the bars open. We'll go over a couple. I'll do a couple right now. A couple stories. So this girl right here. It says woman calls off wedding to ghost who got in with a bad crowd. This woman's name is Amethyst.
I mean,
right. So her name's Amethyst. She says it was going really well until we went on holiday. So she's in England or some shit if you call it on holiday. Like we say somewhere. Go on vacation, right?
Vacay.
And then it completely changed. After Amethyst met and fell in love with the ghost Ray.
That was his
name? They've now decided to part ways after he began acting oddly. Amethyst was due to get married to the ghost Ray, but has called off things, complaining that he's disappearing. Kept disappearing. Jesus Christ. This is people. This is people right now. And you guys, I'm sorry, but it's the end of days. As Phil struggled to keep his face straight. So this is you can see it on there. It's like the dude. Holly asked, in what way had Ray changed? So the news broadcaster on the thing.
Reporter.
The former bride-to-be replied, I think maybe he fell in with a bad crowd when we were on holiday. He kind of just started becoming really inconsiderate. He'd disappear for long periods of time. When did he come back? When he did come back, he'd bring other spirits back to the house, and they would stay around for days. I've got to find the part where it said he was into drugs and shit. I don't know. It's ridiculous. But this is
she went. She just can't get laid, she found a ghost to date. Is what I'm thinking.
She's not an unattractive girl. That's the problem. I mean,
She
she's
might not be unattractive, but she's batshit
crazy.
crazy. So no dude sticks around. So she's like,
I don't know.
I'm gonna date a
I don't know.
ghost.
Maybe it's just like it's like a Halloween thing.
Maybe she's a psychic.
I don't know. It's funny as shit.
And she has these special powers that she can feel ghosts and be extremely close to them and build relationships
More than
with
likely,
them.
that's absolutely what it is.
That's
But her name was
totally
Amethyst, and if you
fucking
guys
what it
live in England or want to go to England, go for it. There's a chick there.
That's insane.
That's what. There it is. I think he started doing drugs and partying a bit much. Excuse me. He used to come back, and these spirits would just stay for days. Whatever.
That's
Fucking dumb.
And what's kind of funny is it must have been a slow news week if they made this an article.
Yeah, you would think. I don't know. It's just kind of ridiculous. It's kind of funny.
Give me the cord back.
The cord. She needs the cord. Let's go ahead and pull. Go. Mother of great Scott.
I can't ever find the hole. There we go. All right, so don't share it yet. I'll tell you when to share. So there was a World War II bomb that was recently found in the Baltic Sea, in a channel near the Baltic Sea. That had not obviously it was I don't know what you call them when they don't explode.
Unexploded ordnance.
There you go. Thank you. I knew there was a name. And it was recently found. So the Polish military decided that they were, because it's live. It technically. Right. So they've decided they were gonna remove the bomb itself. At least they were fucking smart, because they took some precautions, and once they finally started to like move it, they made all the divers, once they got everything set up, come out. They made 750 residential houses detonate, and now you can share it.
What do you mean?
They made them.
They blew up 750,000.
No, they made them evacuate.
Oh, everybody had to evacuate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check this shit out.
Let's see.
Takes a second, but hold on.
Is it going to show us
look.
blowing up? Is that in the water?
That's in the, like, as they were lifting it blew up, but it's going to give you like several. It's insane.
Boom, 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 or something.
I think you missed the beginning one, because the repercussion, is that what you call it, when it first goes off? Before the water went up, you just see this huge, like,
reverb kind of.
Yeah, this is it from the top. Like, they start showing you pictures of it, like,
how it's kind of just blowing out as it goes.
Yeah, it's insane. Watch. Can I speed it up? I can
fast forward it. I think, but you're gonna end up going into the video clip, I think.
Okay, so look how big that is. Oh, here we go. That's what I wanted you to see. Okay,
there you go. That's pretty cool.
Well, that's after it, but this is right here. They're getting ready to show you.
So if
right
you see
when
me
it goes.
looking behind, there's another TV behind us.
Watch.
Behind all this. Kaboom! Wish we could play the video audio of it.
I know. I'm sure. I don't know if it has audio.
You see it kind of suck in, and
yeah. And I was like, holy! And that thing shot probably 5 stories high.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What kind of? Did they say what type of bomb it was?
They do. It is. So it's They call it
big fucking bomb.
Earthquake bomb or tall boy. Nickname Tomboy, also known as earthquake bomb. Maybe they don't say specifically.
Yeah, well, I'll look it up and see if we can find it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Cool. Like, there's that picture of like somebody near, like, on the ground taking a picture.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But it was kind of, it's kind of cool to see the force with which, and at least they had the wherewithal to be like, get the fuck out. This thing's probably going to blow up.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's crazy.
Well, that's how you can see it now, like how big that.
Yeah, it's
from like
big.
the ground. Yeah, that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey guys, cheers. We haven't had a cheers in a few minutes because we've been messing around with our new stuff and the new capabilities.
Having a little fun.
And that's what this is all about. I think I've learned quite a bit about how to do all this shit. We've got an outro going now.
I've learned how to ignore you quite a bit with you doing this.
I've gotten better. I don't panic as much. I still procrastinate to write all our notes and do all this shit until it's like 15 minutes before the show, and that's fine though. But we have fun.
If you know Greg, that is Greg. That is how Greg rolls.
It's all good. So I hope you guys are having a great night. And it's Saturday. It's
ladies' night.
Just chilling. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on. A lot of people are starting to get back out, which is good.
Well, we had that conversation today because we have to take one of the highways here that they did not plan for the infrastructure.
Yeah.
and it's a 2-lane highway,
Right.
going and coming, which is better because it used to be a 1-lane highway. Yep. But it was so crowded today. And so I did ask a question. I was like, do you think, on a scale of where we were before COVID and now, do you think we're starting to get back to normal? And you said no.
I don't think so yet. We're probably like 60% there. I mean, you see a lot more people like traveling and doing things and getting out and, getting on the road and doing stuff. But just by like capacities and stuff like that, I think people are still chilling out at home.
Yeah.
Where it's
we still live up pretty good
safe.
to our going out on doing something on Saturdays.
We have to. Yeah, we went and bought some shoes today. I hadn't bought fucking new running shoes. I hadn't got new running shoes in a couple years.
And the tennis shoes I got last year were $50. Well, they weren't beaten up. They were inexpensive, first of all, which there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
They're New Balances and they're great, except I have the world's narrowest heel.
Right.
And I would try to do like mountain climbers at the gym and my shoe would fly off. And I'd be like, yeah, that's not going to work. So I got some Dwayne Johnson Under Armour shoes today. They felt pretty damn good.
The Rock.
They're going to make me run faster, lift harder.
No, I think they're just going to keep your shoes from falling off your goddamn feet.
I was being sarcastic. They're gonna make me run harder and lift heavier.
They better. How much were they?
Enough.
They were
enough.
150?
No, not quite that much. 140.
Shoes are expensive nowadays, man.
Good shoes,
because
unfortunately.
mine were 129.
But here's where I struggle. So this 140, they had several different, and these ones felt the best. That's why I got them. It is what it is. Yeah. So I tried on high, medium, and low.
Great.
So I tried on $139. Yeah. I tried on $100, and then I tried on a $75. Mm-hmm. And literally, it's not bullshit. The $130 one just felt like I could feel it on my arch. I could feel it around my heel. Like it just felt like
made with little baby hands in China.
And if The Rock is wearing them, it's a total.
He ain't wearing them.
It's a total cross-trained shoe, and that's what I really need. I need a shoe that I
because
can.
The Rock is wearing them. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Is he cross-trained?
Like really, you'd want to ask like, what's Rich Fronin wearing? The guy that did won the hell is it called? What do you do with the CrossFit games and all those? What are those?
They wear a lot of Reebok, and I can't wear Reebok.
Yeah, they wear whatever shoes.
Reebok is a huge sponsor for
some
CrossFit.
people wear Nikes for it,
and I like Nikes because Nikes
shoes.
And I tried to find some Nikes because Nikes are great for narrow heels.
You think he's cross training a lot? Or is he just fucking?
Have you seen the mother?
Up
does he roid up? You think?
Do you see how big that motherfucker is?
Do you see what he eats on a Saturday?
Yeah, but that's like one day a week.
What was that? Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
One day a week, is that what you said? The man eats 15 pounds of pancakes, like 4 large pizzas, and that's just like breakfast and lunch. Lord knows what he does for dinner. I don't care what he does. He's still pretty.
It's all good.
I wish he'd keep his mouth shut.
Hey, yeah.
This is the time of every 4 years I wish all celebrities kept their mouths shut.
Shut the fuck up.
All celebrities, all movie stars.
They have the right and the platform, honey.
No, I don't like you for your opinions. I like you for your talent. So let's stick to that.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Hey, that's judgy. Judge Beth.
Judge
Beth.
Get in front of me. I will judge you.
No, she does it to me on a fucking daily basis.
I do. I'm your wife. Come on.
Oh, Jesus.
Somebody's got to do it.
Paige, what's going on?
All right. So this one's kind of funny.
Which one?
Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's a great. So I'm kind of torn.
Okay, this is kind of bullshit, though. We got to figure this out. Yeah. Do you need to share something?
I am. Give me a second.
Okay. So Kraft mac and cheese, I read.
They decided to do a campaign.
Yeah.
That they entitled "Show Us Your Nudes," NOODS, noodles.
Yeah.
Show us your nudes. Several parents complained, stating that
Hey, okay, so let's change this. What if they had said, "Show us your noodles"? You know, a bunch of like grown men throwing their dongs out there, like on the Kraft mac and cheese.
Is that why do you call your wieners noodles?
Why wouldn't you?
Okay.
We're guys, man. We make up dumb shit all the time.
Well, that is true.
Right?
So they did say, and they were. It was a contest. So between a certain date that ended at the end of September and went through like October 11th, you could send your nudes to Kraft, and they would select a winner out of all of them, and you would get, I don't know, a free supply of noodles or mac and cheese.
People
for
are reading into shit.
Parents
way
complained.
Too much.
Parents complained that it's sexualizing mac and cheese. Well, isn't macaroni and cheese sexy? I mean, it's fucking dripping in cheese and ladled with calories and make people go, mmm.
That's the dumbest. What? Huh?
That's me.
No, mac and cheese is not sexy. It's fucking mac and cheese, man.
It depends on the mac and cheese. Like the mac and cheese I had today was pretty sexy.
Come on.
It was creamy. It was delicious. And it made me go, get in my mouth.
Jesus Christ. That's what I live with on a daily basis. I don't even know what to say. No, dude, it's just ridiculous. It's
but
another.
It's so funny. So I'm
it's
like,
another thing
I'm like
for
listening
people.
to the commentary, and I literally wrote down, "Oh please,"
Yeah.
in my notes. Oh please. So the tag was. So the idea was to be like play with your food.
Yeah.
You know, and have some fun and.
Right.
But it's also funny because tied to this story, and I mean, there makes me wonder. Like, okay, as an advertising team. Nobody threw their hands up as parents and said, "Is this racy? Just a little too racy for our brand? Are we going to worry about what people think if they don't hear nudes and know that we spell it N-O-O-D-S?"
Dumb. The thing is,
people complain about everything anything. And everything.
So how many people actually complained about that?
Oh, it doesn't say.
Like probably 7.
Well, here's
3
the picture,
or 7.
so you can share now because they do have some like what they put up there. They're kind of cute. So I like how they blur out the nudes. And all of them?
What do you mean they blurred it out?
They blurred out. Look at the. Well, you can't see it because it's too far. But it literally the macaroni and cheese part is blurred out. So anytime they put a picture that said "some your nude," they blurred it out like they do women's chests on TV.
Ah, I gotcha.
So, but at the same time, they're also
So they are okay. So they're playing
on nudes. It's a play on words,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So okay. So if it was just innocent,
not only children eat mac and cheese.
Fucking right, like
we eat
if you were to
Kraft
say,
mac
like,
and cheese.
chicken nuggets.
Okay, well, there's adults that not.
Shit, I ate a whole ton of them.
I was going to say, there's
a
no
couple weeks
food
ago.
that's saved just for children. There's foods that are determined to be easiest for children, but it started somewhere.
Right.
Some adult ate it and went.
We had it today, and it probably cost what it cost $5 for like a
$5.
little tiny tub of it.
It was a decent amount. Yeah. But so at the same time,
I don't know.
Their marketing
they're
group
just
is also
barking up
really
a
smart
dumbass
because they
tree.
also packaged. They went with, and again, it goes back to the top 11 things in 2020. They partnered with Big Game Games.
Big Game
and
Games.
did board games inspired by Jell-O, mac and cheese, and Heinz ketchup. And I don't know anything about the games, but they are sold in a pack of 3 together for like $20, and they're games to play with your family. Awesome. So mac and cheese is everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I thought it was kind of funny. I mean, people will complain. People, especially right now, because everybody's got so much time on their hands.
You guys should all go out there. Remember we used to have to make like macaroni
the
necklaces
chains
or chains
I
or whatever.
never made those.
We should all go out and do that.
I think that's a
and then,
white people
and then
thing.
actually do nudes with those things strung all over you. And then send those in.
I never did that.
You never did it in the nude?
I never did noodles on a string.
Well,
I think that's a white
is it
kid
a white
thing.
kid thing? I don't know.
I think it is.
Maybe. Like I lived in New Hampshire.
It's not a.
I lived everywhere.
And did you do it in school or did you do it at home?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
I just remember it happened.
I never did it in school.
It's kind of like,
I never did the
traumatizing.
popcorn thing either.
I don't know.
Did you ever do popcorn garland?
Of course.
I never did that either. Probably because I would have eaten it, but
I don't know. Where are we at on this whole shit show? Paragliders. Hey, real quick, let me see no, you go over the vultures and paragliders first, then we'll go over to my stuff, and I'll switch over, and we'll wrap this shit show up.
This one was just really cool, and I'm going to go ahead and start playing the video while I talk through it.
Okay.
Can you turn it on?
Yeah.
So
There you go. It's going to come up here in just a second.
It's up.
There you go.
This video is really kind of cool, and so these paraglider dudes use trained vultures to help
cool as
them. Yeah. So they used a selfie stick, put some raw meat on it. The vulture knew to follow them, and
This
then
is really, really interesting how
is
they're
really
using,
cool.
like,
Well,
are they wild? I mean, they're wild vultures, right?
they're
not
trained vultures.
Well, trained, but they still live out in the wild? Or, like, they bring these vultures out there? I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. Like, Have they just gone to the same area?
Vulture, maybe. I mean, they may have trained them by being in the same area, but it doesn't talk specifically
It's really interesting, yeah.
Because what they're really doing is they're talking about how, so you can see how the bird, once it got the meat, it took off, and it allowed the paragliders to follow them, and it missed the thermal columns.
Yeah.
That allowed them to, what fucking commercials, allowed them to fly more like a bird.
And see where they
get their lift.
What is it called? Like the air column? So it's air columns, but the heat drafts, the thermal. Okay.
The thermal columns in the air to be more like a bird and to also extend the ride. So it's really cool.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah. So I just think it's really cool. Like, first of all, it's kind of ingenious to use a selfie stick to put some meat on and be like, here, birdie, birdie, birdie.
Put on like a little thing, and then it just flies up next to you.
Small birds. If you look at that bad boy, he's a big bird.
No, those vultures are huge.
I almost got into not almost, I wasn't anywhere close, but the people in front of me almost got into an accident because a vulture was in the middle of the road on Houseman, and people are hauling ass, and all of a sudden you hear, and you see these cars going out of the way, and I was like, oh, good gravy, and it's a fucking bird.
The thing's trying to eat like
he
a
just hops
dead
over
cat
far enough to not get hit. I honked my horn, he gave me the middle finger. I was like, I'm not leaving my food, bitch.
Cool. No, that's really cool. It's really interesting. I mean, it's like you start thinking about like.
So I don't know. I'm sure if they're trained vultures, they're probably like trained eagles. Are probably
I don't know
housed somewhere. But it's still really cool that you could use them to
do something like that and figure out like kind of like where the actual air columns are. And they can stay up, so that's cool. So. Now that's awesome. Again, hope you guys are having a great night. It is Saturday.
I don't think I would paraglide.
The bar is open.
It's too scary.
I'm Greg. That's Beth. What's that?
I don't think I'd paraglide.
Why?
I don't want to.
You need to wear. I swear to God, if you were going to do that, you definitely want to wear a parachute, right? Because if that thing fails.
Well, if that thing fails, or that vulture accident gets a little too close and tears it, and you're like, "Yep, that was fun, but it's over."
Let me see the little plug-in thing there, baby. Yeah. We're gonna share. So we're gonna start rolling up, but there's a in the spirit of Halloween. There's a place out here in San Antonio, evidently. We've talked about like doing some haunted house kind of things.
This is cool.
And we're definitely into some of this, right?
Not definitely. We are into
like the ghost adventures, doing those sorts of things, kind of going out and checking different things out. But there's one out in, and somebody posted this on, I don't even know where this is.
I think you got it from Facebook, didn't you?
Yeah, something like that. But it's called the Women Hollering Creek place. That's like the creek area.
Yeah.
So I posted out on the Bars Open site, and it's pretty interesting. So it's one of those areas that's like kind of close to here, right? And it's quite a bit of lore, I think, that happens. So evidently, this woman back in the day, she had twins. Her husband died or left her, I think. This is on I-10 in between San Antonio and Seguin. So if you're familiar with the area. And you want to go check this place out?
I want to go.
Let's do it. Let's do it like
Get a group
next
and go.
week, like next weekend, and just go out there like at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and just go out there and do it.
Stay out there and
just do it, and then we can have a Sunday show instead of a Saturday show or something like that. It'd be kind of fun, right?
Got to see
yeah. So the story goes something like this. It says a young woman gives birth to twins and finds herself raising them alone after the father leaves. She then finds a new lover who exclaims his hatred for the children before she even has a chance to say that she's a mother. Believing she will never find love again as a single mother, she drowns her babies in the creek, crying out in anguish as she does so. Hence the name Women Hollering Creek. Her spirit supposedly still haunts the area, searching endlessly for her children because she needs their bones to get into heaven.
Bitch ain't going to heaven.
Legend has it that if you get too close to the water, you might just get pulled in, never to emerge again.
I think you should try and go close to the water.
Are you brave enough to take that chance?
You are.
If you choose not to,
I'll put a life
warning,
jacket
you
on
can
you.
find the spot find the creek near I-10 between Seguin and San Antonio.
I'll put a life jacket on you and tie a rope to you, and if you get pulled under, I'll just start pulling you back out.
Kind of a creepy little.
I totally would go.
Kind of cool though, right?
Would totally go.
I'm all about that stuff. I love that shit.
I'm gonna share my because we're getting.
So anyway, it's Halloween time, so people are starting to figure out like different ways to be able to give kids candy and stuff like that. I've seen them like putting on like little sticks in like bags and like poking sticks all over their yard.
What?
Which is kind of cool.
What?
Like, so you put like, get a little bag together.
Okay.
And then.
They're doing it right now?
Well, like that's like kind of plans, right?
Oh, okay. Because I was
cool.
like, they just got all wet today because it rained.
They're doing it down their stairs, and they've got like a candy chute, and they just put their bag up to it, and people just like launch candy down the.
You know, I'm just gonna I'm gonna use my hand to give you some candy.
I was thinking about getting the kids next door some candy. The girls. Just make them
we have to
bags.
be, yeah,
kind of fun.
Yeah,
whatever.
So I'll do my feel good.
So, Bank, how you doing?
Are you gonna talk about your haircut, or are we gonna move on? Because I'm not talking. I'll save my last one.
We'll save it for next week.
Yeah, and I'll circle the 2 for Wednesday. But so my feel good is you can turn it on. It is a groundhog versus a bobcat standoff that happened in Connecticut.
Okay.
This man just happened to be outside and caught this. It's crazy. And I guess bobcats are the #1 predator in Connecticut. Oh, motherfucker.
What?
These ads. 10, 9. So anyway.
It's all right. Just keep talking. It'll come up.
So this guy really caught the standoff between a groundhog and a bobcat.
What's a groundhog going to do to a bobcat?
Apparently, they're kind of ferocious. Look, it's on now. It's funny because they start by
We'll
showing everybody cutting their yard. But and so I guess the guy's talking. He's like, I'm assuming that the groundhog knew that if it charges the bobcat,
Shit.
but he thinks that the groundhog was like, okay, if I turn and run, I'm screwed. So I'm gonna face it. So he faced his greatest fear, and he won because the guy came out. The good guy's kids came out, and so did the dogs, and the dogs started barking and distracted the bobcat. And I guess groundhogs can move fast enough that it got away.
I don't know. That's crazy. I would never have thought that.
First of all, when I hear bobcat, aren't those the things that attack people? No, those are mountain lions that attack people.
Oh, like
in
what
Arizona,
happened up
right?
in Colorado. Did you see the last video?
No, I don't need to hear about it. But that's what attacks people, right, when they're hiking is mountain lions. Because at first I thought bobcat was what it was, and I was like, that's basically just a mean cat.
Bobcats are smaller. They're a little bit smaller.
But they are the #1 predator in Connecticut.
Yeah. So, I mean, but predator by virtue of, like...
They have claws and teeth?
Yeah. So, there's a dude did you see the video of the dude running?
No.
And...
Oh, wait, is it the guy with the babies?
There's a couple little cubs, and then that thing chased him.
He handled it perfectly, they said.
Made himself.
Well, they said you never take your eyes off of them.
He stayed constant, and he finally threw a rock.
Started throwing rocks at, and you could tell she wasn't.
She was trying to get him back.
Scare him because she would only fake him out with like 3 or 4 steps.
She wasn't hunting him. She was getting him away from kids.
But she did follow him for he was away from the cubs, and she was still like. Bring it. I will hurt you.
Yeah. It was crazy. That was crazy. Yeah. Hi, Shannon. What's happening? Hope you're having a good night.
Yeah, I was like, you go, little groundhog. You
pretty cool.
You face your fears and stand up to that bully.
Oh, yeah. It's good. My feel good is we have more people coming into town now. Joel's moving here. So we've had quite a few people moving in that we've become friends with over the past few years.
A lot of them are from the cruise.
Right.
So
he's moving into town. So I'm just happy that our crew is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And he said earlier tonight, he kind of sent me a note and said, hey, confirming we're moving there, getting a house, doing all that stuff. And he's like, I'd love to be on the show. And I was like, hell yeah. I was like, he's a great guy. He's in the Air Force.
We need to do a setup so that we can have.
Yeah, we'll do another different type of setup.
Maybe we don't get top of the line like you tend to
buy. Do a handful of we'll figure
a couple Holden mics.
Yeah, do like a little setup. So hey guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you had a good night. Ian, come get a beer. You should be off your plane right now.
Is he back? You've been so lonely.
I know, so lonely.
Your partner in crime.
Yeah, he's been out of town in where the hell was he? Mississippi, Louisiana. Somewhere like that. Eating po' boys and drinking.
Probably Louisiana if it's po' boys.
No, he wasn't in Louisiana. Anyway, cheers, Evan Haley. Sorry, I miss you, rather. Thanks to military, first responders, all of you guys. Without you guys, we cannot do this. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in and hanging out with us. Appreciate
Happy Saturday, you guys.
Cheers, everyone.
Talk to you soon.
Have a good night.